They caught my guy. It's 96.9 Cool FM, your number one hit music station. First of all, I feel like it feels phenomenal for me when you're making a body of work and the first thing you think about is, you know what? I need to put my emotions in check. I need to think about what works for me. And then you clearly have to be able to be honest with yourself. I feel like the name Hot Guy Confessions is very relatable to Johnny Drill. Because I'll tell you for a fact. Look at here. Look at Johnny when he's with this baby. You could tell he's a lot different. When he's making music, yeah, you could tell different. That's work. But you can tell when his family is a lot different, right? And what he means that every hot guy, you can go soft. Guaranteed. It's your number one hit music station, 96.9 Cool FM. I mean, I don't like to talk about the backstory. It's gone already because the truth is I'm happy with your growth, what you've done with your work, your energy, your thinking process, your cult followership. Yeah. You have a different fan base.
Yes.
It's like I have to go for a Johnny Drill concert. I have to learn every song because I know it's a problem. Everybody's trying to outside it.
I know, right?
And you've definitely tried. You've made alternative. You've made music sounds so different, and feeling that we're in Nigeria, and then sometimes you don't want to dare to try something new. You stuck with what you've done to date, and I love that about you.
Thank you.
How have you been, bro?
Good. I was just telling them before I came in, like every time I come in the studio in Cool FM, I always feel nostalgic because it was right here that I had my first major radio interview ever. And Dotun, you know the story now. It's been you all the way back.
Thank you so much.
And I'm just grateful to be here again. Thank you so much for having me. And
always a pleasure, and that's why today's not even about questions. Let's just have a conversation about life.
Exactly.
I think you've done so much for yourself, and especially when you know that you're making music for everybody's heart and soul, and everybody. Listen, your fan base is crazy. It's crazy, but you have a good number of women.
Yes. You know what's funny? I was married for quite a bit. A lot of people did not know.
Exactly.
And then I think 2 years later, we made that sort of made an announcement. And a lot of people were like, John, this one you have announced, you're about to lose all your female fan base. And interestingly, like the shows I had afterwards, there's still a lot of them. And they're all still in front. They still root for me. They still love me regardless.
And that's where I'm going to, because I feel like things have changed because of the fact that at the end of the day, we all want that same thing as well, because people speak like they're not going to get there, right? That life is what we want.
Exactly.
And, I mean, not everybody will have it, but everybody's praying for something great, right?
Exactly.
And I asked that question because I was thinking, like, how has it been since you announced and with the music? And you just clearly said it just even increased because I mean, look at the last shows. It's like the numbers get crazy every single time.
So I think the thing that I have going for me, aside from the fact that people buy into my personality as an artist, as a person, buy into Johnny Drill, they also equally buy into my music. So it's almost like you may not like the guy, but you can't resist the music.
You can't knock off the music.
And I don't know. I think it's such a beautiful thing, and I owe it to the kind of fans I have that regardless of they'll still show up for me. Even years when I don't put out that much music, I still have packed house shows. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how I do that, but it's all the fans. So I'm grateful for the kind of fans I have.
So the thing is, you can't run away from the fact that Nigeria does not seem like it's a peculiar market, right?
Of course.
But it doesn't seem to everybody that it's segmented. We have people that would tell you they like to listen to rock music. And it's just that because everybody's talking about Afrobeat. And then it just kind of just takes you away from other types of music.
Exactly.
But I think with you've grown it organically, which I always say it's the best way to grow your music because people get stuck on you. And then you deliver exactly what they want. And then for some reason, everybody buys into it and sees this is nice. You make good music.
Of course.
So you can knock that off.
Absolutely. So, it's a lot of times people go, Johnny Drill, Nigerians don't like your kind of music. Nigerians don't listen to this kind of music. And in my head, I'm just like, it's, sometimes people get stuck in some kind of bubble. They feel like only the people they listen to are the people that are like popping. Like
So
they don't think another world exists.
But how do you take that when you hear things like that?
Because I'm looking at the back end. I'm doing the sold out shows, I'm connecting with my audience. At the end of the day, it's really, we all sell into a market. Like, I'm not trying to sell into this person's market. I'm trying to sell into my own market, finding my audience, and I'm catering to them. And for me, I personally believe that that's how you have a long career. You build a fan base organically, and they're sticking with you through thick and thin. And I think that's what I've done. And there's this whole conversation that comes up sometimes. Oh, good music. Oh, it's good music. Oh, bad music. And I personally actually don't think there's anything that's such as bad music. I think there's bad quality music, Absolutely. But I don't think there is bad music. It's just good music is whatever music that works for you. Like if I listen, I might love to listen to Portable, but I just love it. It makes me feel good, and that's good music for me.
As a matter of fact, the truth is, people speak to us and say, listen to my music. Yeah. These days, you don't completely tell someone that a song is not good. Yeah. Because I'll tell you for a fact, if Opam Gandam Style can blow up in every part of the world.
Yes.
Now, sometimes I think what is not right is the personality that you attach it into the music. Sometimes you just cannot really match it. And that's why sometimes you can say, based on your persona, the sound right now, the timing might not be right, and whatever it is, you don't completely say to someone that the song is pretty bad, right? I'm not sure anybody got it right, but I dropped a really nice, just like a riddle, if you get what I'm saying. I said he was signed to one of the biggest record labels, he got married, and he has a baby.
Yes.
Very simple, right? And anything that comes to my mind, the first thing that comes is Maven.
True.
I think that's about. I'm looking at who's married to Maven, Ladipo, no, Bayani, no, Boy Spice, no.
Ladipo, he's married.
Yes, so Ladipo, that's true. Wow. As a matter of fact, he even got married before you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know it's funny. Everyone keeps saying that if you want to keep your deepest secrets, come and keep it with Maven.
That's a good thing. And that's nice. So that's what you find. That's family.
Yes.
Because, the truth is, things don't have to go out and everybody goes crazy. And, everybody, and I like the fact that, even when the business is done, everybody we still have a great relationship.
Of course, absolutely.
And friendship.
Absolutely.
And do you still talk to all the label mates? Are you guys
of course.
friends?
I spoke to Ira yesterday. We are. Well, I think everyone. So it's kind of like family, and I know when I say it sounds like it's a bit self-absorbing, but it's what it is. Like we all.
Do you have anyone you're closest to at the
right now? I'm closest to Ira, just because I mix and master a lot of her stuff and record her quite a bit. But I'm also close to Ladipo, Magix as well. We're together at my Abuja show 2 days ago. But I love and support. I've worked with everyone in some capacity. So
that's good. The thing is, as much as you've worked hard and you're here, there's always someone deep inside your heart you still like to work with, and you've not worked with that person.
Ooh.
Sometimes you think about it, you're like, everybody go, oh man, you could get anybody.
Yeah.
But who would you still love to work with that you've not worked with?
So, of course, everybody knows John Bellion. That's a given. But in Nigeria, and a lot of people are going to be shocked by this, but I really think that at some point I'd love to make a song with Seyi Vibes. Because I know, right?
I love collaborations you don't even expect. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I love his music, and I've tweeted that a bunch of times. And that's why it upsets me sometimes when people like to classify certain things as good music and bad music, because in my head, like, I'm listening, like, a lot of times I may not have to understand all of the lyrics, but like, first thing I hear is melodies and intentionality, and I think musically he's amazing, and that's one of the things that draw me to artists and musicians usually. So yeah, Seyi Vibes definitely. I think that probably is my number one collaboration for here in Nigeria.
So let me put this out here. Ed Sheeran worked with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a collaboration.
Exactly. Exactly.
I feel music these days, we need to switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny Drill, Seyi Vibes, that'll be a hit.
No, I definitely think so. So the things, you never know what's possible until you do it, and I think that if we eventually make that song, I think it's going to be incredible. I know for sure.
But you can make this happen.
Yeah, of course I know.
But you're not ready for it yet.
So a lot of times you have to like I don't want to get in the studio with not having a picture of what I think it might sound like. Of course, it's great when you get in the studio and feed off energy, but sometimes I just want to have a bit of certainty. But I have ideas. When that session happens, it'll be crazy. I know for sure.
Are you a perfectionist?
Yes. I wish I was. I wish I wasn't. So there's things I'm perfectionist with when it comes to like sounds, mixing, mastering, arrangements, like all that stuff.
It has to sound right.
Exactly. Like I'm not so rigid with lyrics, but like the sound has to be right. So in that aspect, yes. But all other things, not really.
Have you ever struggled working with anybody before?
I can't say that on air, but it was way back.
That's fine. But I'm saying
it was way back.
I asked you a question. Okay, for your music, even if you listen to your music and the production, you can tell like I like the fact that you pace yourself as well.
Yeah.
You have 2 albums out.
Yeah.
2 albums out.
Yes.
Because Nigeria expects you to just throw things out there and every time, but you take your time.
Yeah.
You take your time. You pace yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's a beautiful thing because, I mean, one of my favorite musicians that I love are likes of Adele, Bruno Mars. They take 4 or 5 years.
Bruno Mars shocked me. Like I heard that guy, and guess what? A bunch of the songs he's released have made top 10. Right? And he's not released that many songs in his lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Bruno will take his time.
Yeah.
And when it's coming out, it comes out big.
Yes.
So now you're going to yearn for it. And then when he throws it out, it's a hit. He doesn't even, and I like that. I like, it's nice to pace yourself.
Exactly.
And so bringing it back to when I asked you, are you a perfectionist? Do you make songs and you just like, you know what, and you trash the whole thing? Do you do that?
Oh, Datu, you need to come look in my hard drives. You should see how many songs have gone to the grave.
You know, your money is like,
See, you know what? I've been thinking about this. Now that you mentioned this, that nice, come to me. I wanted to release a project that I'd call Unreleased Songs, which is just like a bunch of songs that I never wanted to release. They're just there. They probably would never be released, but I just want to put them out. Not think about, don't trust me. It's not just me. It's like every artist. You should know, if you get to hear 5 songs or 7 songs from an album, they've probably recorded 40. So what happens to and the thing is that when you're working on the next album, all that remnant from the previous album is gone. Like you're working on new stuff. This is the future.
Have they ever trashed a song that you loved, and say, no, that cannot go?
That's the one thing I don't like about record labels, though. And the thing is that they can be brutal sometimes. Like when you're having the listening sessions, and everyone's just, no, we'll take this one. I know you're like, come on, guy. I put my sweat into
I understand. It's the same way when you're doing the listening, right?
Yeah.
I feel if we do listening according to how we should do it in Nigeria, which I feel we don't do it this way we should do it. I mean, I'm allowed to come and give my opinion. Put me in a room where you made this record before you play to the public.
Exactly.
Then you're going to hear the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think, is it a thing that is not that easy for creatives to take feedbacks?
There is that. You know, we can't deny it. Every artist has some form of inflated ego. Like whatever artist doesn't have some form of ego, there's something wrong. Like I feel like it's a thing that comes with being an artist. Yeah. So, of course, you go to the shows, people are screaming at you, and you're on top of the world. It's like nobody can tell you nothing. So you want to come and tell me what song should make my album? Of course not. There is that. I think when you trust the people around you and you respect them enough, like I do. For example, my director of A&R, who is now Senior Vice President of A&R, is my wife, right?
Yeah.
So
I was coming to that.
Yeah, she has such of course I trust her feedback, not just because she's my wife, but she's professional. She understands a lot of things that I probably would not see. And the rest of the team, Tega and everybody, you gotta trust your team, otherwise you can't be a one man, you can't do it all yourself. You can't release and promote your music, and you can't see everything. And I think at some point you have to tell yourself that truth. Yeah.
So how's work in that? Because now you are a creator, you make the music.
Yes.
She tells you know what, this is not going out, right?
Yeah.
You know what that means is you cannot put emotions.
Yes, of course.
When it comes to things like that.
Of course.
Is she completely different when it comes to that?
So it was a bit of an issue early on, like way back. And the thing is, when you're having those misunderstandings, you cannot play out in public.
Absolutely.
So it's almost like you just kind of suck it up and then later go address it. That was all the way back, because I'll be like, why are you telling me this? Like, why? come on, but over time, just knowing that it's all good intentions. No one is trying to not have your back. Everyone's looking out for you, and at the end of the day, it's you. Like I said, you can't know it all. You can't see it all. People are. That's why they're there to guide, to support.
And you see what's good is whatever you guys did, however you guys played it out.
Yeah.
Whatever happened at that time, however what decision it is. It worked, bro.
Yeah.
It worked. Because now the thing is, these days, no man is an island.
Of course.
You need a team.
Yes.
And shout out to Mavens, man.
Of course, absolutely.
Absolutely. They're going to be on your...
Yes.
They're always... Listen, when I see a phone call, I say, what's going on? What's happening? you get me, right?
Yes,
and that's very good. You got to have the right team.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Drill is still right here on the show. This next song, Love You Anyway. I feel like... It was the right time. You and Don Jazz doing the body work together.
Yes.
It was just the timing was good.
Absolutely. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have wanted to do this a long time ago.
Yes.
But the build up is nice. Some nice singles came out, and then this, and I love the fact that you guys called it a Hot Guy's Confession.
That was Jazz's idea, by the way.
Jeez, because listen, hot guy.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, wait, Andrew. Thank you so much. I think this is one time, the good timing for this is perfect song for International Men's Day.
Yes.
And International Women's Day. Yeah. But listen, that's a good question, right? And it's nice to think that you also think about us too. Every now and then it's good to sing songs about love and women. And I get that. And I mean, considering everybody too as well, because
exactly.
That's a good question. I mean, if everything goes off now, I mean, are you going to take care of the bills?
Yeah.
Because you're shaking your head. See, I don't know, you know what's funny is when you see people party in the club and the song comes out, when you see, 10 night, I say, those singers to themselves, get out of the club and say, well, they need to pay the people to drink. Are you?
Real questions.
And we're talking about expectation of 2025, and we need to acknowledge people that have worked hard this season. Johnny just came and said, you know what? I want to wrap this year up, and I want to bring you something bigger.
Yeah.
You've done it in Lagos, right?
Yes.
You've done Abuja.
Done Port Harcourt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just one more to go for this year.
So where's next now?
Benin City. I'm taking it back home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Exactly.
The church boy.
Yes, as always.
That's crazy. Oh, man. But how do you feel now? Journey since then.
Oh man, it's grateful. I mean, daughter, you know the whole story. I remember I used to be in Benin, just on my bed in that room with no AC and just one fan, and NEPA would bring light 1 hour in 24 hours, and I would receive tweets that they're playing my music in Lagos, and I would see, I think it used to be called the Midday Oasis.
The Midday Oasis, that was myself and Tammy.
Yeah, like I would be like, whoa, and before you know it, like, Dotun, you were consistently playing my song like every day.
So let me tell you how I found
every
out.
day.
I found your song on Not Just Okay. So I think Johnny you had a type of release. You released music, I think maybe twice or 3 times in a month. It was a consistent thing. You just throw it out there. And then I picked up one day and said, who is this guy? Now, at the time, you reminded me of people I used to listen to, likes of Our City.
Yes.
I grew on it, and I'm like, you know what? Then someone like Joshua Radin. And I said, this guy is different. I like this sound, and then that's it. I brought it to the radio, and I just started slamming it.
Man.
And I tweeted and I said, please, is anybody who knows this guy? And I said, he's far away in Benin. Something I say, Benin weird. They say, he's a guy on church. I said, I need that guy. But the truth is, I like what you did with after the time that you realized, because you got to be aware as well.
Yes.
Some people just, when it grows and it's big, it seems bigger and lighter than them, and that's it. And then it just worked.
Yeah.
And when I called up and I said, he didn't come on his first interview.
Man, that's the one dent, and I'm not gonna lie, that thing still pains me.
He didn't come on the first interview.
And Dotun was pissed.
I called him live on the radio, and I said, wherever the witches are in it, Benin City, shout out to them, But I just said, whatever it is, please let him come, fly him here. And you know what happened? He was shocked. He booked his ticket.
Yeah.
And because he didn't believe the fact that
I didn't book a ticket. I took a bus.
Sorry. Scratch that. And you know what? To be honest, the rest is history.
Yes.
From that point, and shout out to Timmy Lizzie Timmy as well.
Yes.
Because Timmy was on.
Yeah.
Johnny's
Yeah, she
like,
was.
you know, you got it. And then you know what it is? Everything changed. And shout out to Don Jazzy.
Yeah.
I remember when Lottie Paul was on the show as well and said Don Jazzy listened to him one time on a radio show and the rest was history.
It's crazy.
And you gotta have a boss who keeps his ear on the ground, listens to everybody,
Yeah.
and is ready to.
Everybody looking at too. We have to give it to you as well. I know you don't. You have to give it to you. You don't know what you've done to this industry. I think at some point we have to be honest with ourselves and talk about it, because like you've been pioneering music, pushing the culture for so long from here, and I cannot even count how many people have come. You know, have been heard just through Dotun just putting the music out there. So from my heart, thank you so much.
Thank you so
If
much.
not for you, and I'm not trying to whine you.
Yeah.
It's not for you. I know good day. I
Thank
know.
you.
I know.
Thank you, Johnny. I mean, let me put it out there. It's not for God, because now the fact is they use people to make other people happen.
Yeah.
Same with Adekunle Gold yesterday last night. I was in the crowd and he
yes.
said the same thing, and I'm like, okay, you know, the good thing is you got to be there at the right time. You know, when the music is hot. Sometimes you never know when things might pop out.
Exactly.
But you know, the good thing, you stay true to yourself. You make my job a lot easier, because if you didn't give me good music, there's nothing to talk about, right?
Yes.
And thank you very much. And I know, let me
Sure.
just wrap this up, because you wanted to get me emotional. I'm not going to happen. But the fact is, Hot Guy Confession, that is a body of work I think everybody needs to have. It's very relatable. It opens your mind, your heart to knowing that, you know, you can be in touch with your emotions.
Yes.
And you still be fine. You'll be able to
Absolutely.
party and have fun.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's great. And shout out to your family as well. Of
course.
Johnny, I mean, you made some of us to rethink and do it differently this time, you know. But I'm grateful for you and what you've done and all that.
Thank you, boss.
2025 will be a better year for
Absolutely.
everybody.
Amen to that for
Any
us all,
plans
yeah.
for 2025 that's different?
I think for me, it's just taking it to the next level. Like you said, I've got a brand new EP out with Don Jazzy called Hard Guy Confessions. Fantastic songs, 4 brand new songs. And then 2025, I was just taking to the next level. More tours. I had the Canada tour this year for the first time. We're doing it again next year, but before that, we're doing the UK tour for the first time as well. So
Boom!
we're spreading our wings all over. And,
That's very good.
Yes,
I love
I have
to
a
see
feeling it's
that.
going to be a great year, 2025.
Yeah, I love to see that. I love to see that. And I mean, we cannot wait for the best to happen for you, right?
Yeah,
That's how we wrap it up on this part of the show. That's Johnny Drill holding it down. All right, you guys go and check out the brand new EP, Hot Guys Confessions. All right, it's just something you're going to love it. Guaranteed, right?